Hello there, here's Sergeant Ask here from Reddit, or Ask here on YouTube, or whatever, Ask here in-game on West, whatever. Um, yeah, I'm reviewing a gameplay again, this time from Twisted Fate. Khaledst, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, whatever. And yeah, he wanted to have a little bit of tips on how to play, or how to close out games. And although I think he did his team definitely had some problems there. There are way more fundamental problems than that, so I will comment on them mainly. Let me organize people correctly. You have Rengar jungle, not top lane. Again, excuse me for my English. I'm not a native speaker. I'm from Germany, and this is my second try because I fucked up the first time. I fucked the recording up. Yeah, whatever. And what you see here already is that he's not moving correctly, like our last guy, and he you need to defend their jungle because this time Morgana died because you didn't scout, you didn't put your ward here and then go mid, but instead you just went mid lane, stood AFK at the turret, and Morgana face checks this. I mean, obviously it's not good by her to just face check this later on, but it's fundamentally your fault for doing it. Because if you moved here and put a ward here, we would have seen it and didn't die. Now Lux has like one push more, which won't really matter in laning phase, because both of you play quite farm heavy. But yeah, in a more important matchup, might have mattered. Also, what you did notice is Lux got Q on the invade, which is important for laning because you can probably trade at level 1 because Q is way easier to dodge and you can stay behind minions, which you can't do against Lux with E. Let me switch to my notes so I can see what I noted down. The first order B. Yeah, this is the third time I watched the replay, and sadly, the first time I did it, I couldn't pause after 20 minutes again, which kind of made it heavy or hard to take notes about your macro game later in the game. But I think there's a way more fundamental problem, and yeah, I will talk about that as soon as you make the first mistake in this. So what you're doing right now, in my opinion, is quite bad, because you could have just went with a triple red card like Abdo does, and just pushed her in. What that does, if you push her in, instead of just farming with blue cards, is you pressure her a lot, and she can't wave clear at level 1 with Q skilled, or she can, but not as good as you can with your red card, and she could with an E. And you just push in Lux really far, making her lose CS on a turret, also pressuring her to just use her mana to CS on a turret if she wants to get all of them, and therefore she can't harass you with it. And also you get level 2 earlier, and also you're giving yourself the opportunity to roam in case Rengar wants to invade, which he will do later on, and die because you did push in. So yeah, that's one thing you should do. You have the stronger jungler. Fiddlesticks isn't really a threat early game. Rengar is, and he probably wants to invade against Fiddlesticks. You can do that quite well with Ignite. And yeah, now you're just farming with blue cards instead of pushing and putting pressure on the map. I mean, of course it's bad from Rengar to invade if you're pushed in, but it's still your fault for not pushing in. So yeah, see now Rengar is going in. At least at this point you should notice, okay, Rengar wants to invade, I need to be able to help him, just push in and just do something. So so you are able to roam. I mean, this is really bad by Rengar because top lane is getting pushed in as well, and it's just really basic stuff. And if he gets caught right there, he's just dead because nobody can help him. But that's why you should be able to help him. Just push against Lux. So right now she's pushing you in, Rengar's going first right, you should see that. And just start clearing. You're kind of pushing the wave back, but now again you're way too slow. You don't notice her going in. He got seen. And actually he wins the 1v1. But he even gets the kill, but you don't move at all. I don't know. And even if you didn't follow her, you should have just pushed now and make her lose CS on a turret. I don't know. This was just really basic stuff. You should have done that. Pantheon is fighting 1v1, I don't know why anyone is pinging him back. He's easily winning that one, even against a double buff. So what you have right now is you have a cannon wave, you have no mana, you're pushing in. She's losing CS on her turret, which is good that you're pushing in. And right now, bam, recall. Look at your gold. You have 1000. That's perfect. You have 900 for Ionian boots and 100 for pink ward, and maybe wait for 20 more gold for another potion, and you're good to go. Even if you maybe want to go with a Sheen instead to have like 1v1 pressure, which I wouldn't recommend in this matchup, which I probably wouldn't recommend in almost any matchup, you can still go for Sheen. But you just really need to recall right now, but you don't. I don't know why. You just stay around the lane, don't do anything. And another problem you have all game long is you don't use your trinket at all. Or I think you use it like once or twice, but right now, why don't you, when you push in, just put your ward somewhere? You don't have jungle pressure right now, so you're in danger if you push, so just ward, so you know where Fiddlesticks is, and maybe even can catch him. I think it probably won't help you much, because your map awareness is quite bad, which we will notice later. So it's good that you played Twisted Fate, because it teaches you how to have good map awareness. But yeah, so you stay, you farm, which is fine, but not perfect or not good. Right now you push in again, you stand around mid lane, don't do anything, instead of warding, maybe putting down a ward here, and noticing that Fiddlesticks is there, or putting one down here, so you know when Fiddlesticks comes and ganks mid, I don't know, just come on warding spots. And what's even worse is, now you see Fiddlesticks here, or Rengar notices him here, and you don't come. I don't know why, man. Holy shit, it's not that hard. Okay, Rengar didn't ping, and maybe you want level 6, but it's way more important, just move here, kill him. Just go there and stun him, kill him with Rengar together. He has a red buff, he's one level ahead. You can easily just kill Fiddlesticks together, but I don't know, you just stay here. Rengar even engages and you still don't come, you're just like ignoring him. Oh Rengar, you did flame me, I don't help you anymore in jungle. I mean, what is this shit? Just go, it's a freaking free kill. Now you're even level 6 and your team is still chasing Fiddlesticks because Lucian somehow moved up. Yeah. And Rengar is chasing him, so right now, maybe like when Fiddlesticks was here, you could have still ported here and just killed him with your team together. Just move with your team. They are committing to it. So just help them. Do it. But you don't. You rather stay mid lane and keep farming for some reason. Although you already have enough for your core items, so even after this wave, you could probably push in. Or maybe not, because it's a cannon wave. No, it's not a cannon wave, so just push this in and recall. Or at least now. So your team dies. Another thing, instead of recalling right now, is you could have noticed, okay, my team is engaging right here. Even like, maybe 15 seconds earlier, what happened there? Okay, so Morgana gets hooked. And your team is moving. And you can just, I mean, this is an even wave, but, and you would probably don't want to lose 5 minions. But see how far up they are, see where your team is, port down, secure yourself 2 assists, maybe save Morgana, and just get 2 kills. Even later on, you can still get a red card and you queue off, and then still run bot side and just push Lux out first and then ult. Like if you ult right here, if you were in position, because if you threw a red card and a Q, you would have been able in position to just ult bot side right here and cut them both off. And with a 3v2 you would have, or 4v2 you would have killed both of them, which would have got the Rengar snowball rolling. Instead you only get one, which is not bad, but even Morgana even takes it, which kind of sucks, but yeah. And you still don't recall. Man, holy shit, please, just recall, you have enough money. You're hurting yourself and by not recalling, and also you're hurting yourself by not just pushing with the red card, you're using blue cards all game long. Rengar's invading, which is kind of bad because you don't have mana and can't really help him. But it's not a problem because Fiddlesticks just died, or it went back. It went to his topside jungle instead. But if he went bot-side jungle, it would have been dangerous for Rengar. So now you don't want it back because it's a cannon wave, I understand that. So just take the cannon wave and at least then recall. Speed this up a little bit. So he is still farming, which is fine. But you're getting pressured by Lux because you didn't recall and don't have the items to help her. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I have this written down, but I forgot to... Damn it, I didn't look at the timestamp, sorry. Yeah, what happens here is Rengar pinks that he wants to gank. Which is a bad time for him to gank, because you have... you want to recall, you have no mana, you don't have anything. But still, you can easily kill her. Which might be a little bit dangerous if Philstick was nearby, but just commit to it. Rengar wants to do it, either you ping him back before he ults, and just tell him, no, don't gank, or when you don't ping him back, just help him, just commit to it as a team. Rengar ults right here, probably didn't get seen by the ward, or even if it did, it's too late for Lux, but you're standing way back here. Why are you not why are you not pressuring Lux and trying to stun her? You need to initiate ganks against Lux. There's another situation later on which I will tell you again, the same thing. Just flash forward, stun her. You have freaking stun card, mate. Just go on her and yeah, just stun her and get a free kill. What happens instead right here is Lux flashes away, gets away, and then ults Rengar and she gets her first kill. Which really sucks for you, because this is your fault. You didn't ping him back, or you didn't engage on her. So don't blame Rengar for this. This is your fault. He even landed the E to make you able to. Let's look at this again. Like when he jumps in right here, he even is invisible. He doesn't get seen by the ward. Now he lands the E, so you could have even still flashed here and stunned her to get the kill, but you, for some reason you don't. I don't know. I mean, okay, maybe you expected Rengar to get the kill solely or alone, but you know she still has someone else. Why wouldn't she use it? So yeah, now he dies again. Okay, let's speed this up. So you build Rod of Ages. Yeah, this is just, I don't know, it's just not my TF build, and it's not the one of the Korean pros. Just look where Korean pro builds up, or Korean OPGG, and look at the best TF players. You can start start by champion mastery and look at like the 10 best TF players. You won't see anyone constantly building Rod of Ages. They are all going for Ionian boots and Lich Bane, or Ionian boots and maybe Zhonya's early if you play against AD, or even Abyssals if you play against an AP assassin. So that's what you should do instead of going for Rod of Ages. Maybe against some matchups Rod of Ages is good, but don't just blindly rush it. It's just bad. Again, you're standing around mid lane doing nothing except except standing around, and you could have taken Wraith or Raptors rather, or put your ward down, which you both don't, which is bad. At what time then are we? So, you're like 2 levels after your level 6 because you stayed so long mid lane. You didn't use your ult yet, which is bad. But if you went back earlier and got Ionian boots before, you would have been able to probably use ult once or twice already and put a lot of map pressure down. At least finally you moved down on TP for the MF, which isn't bad. Get her. What you do right here is a little mechanical mistake. You throw your Q before your stun lands, or stun landed, which means that you don't know if she's going to flash. You also, I don't know, you just throw it into a random direction, but whatever. And I think because she flashed right, yeah, so you wanted to hit her here, but your stun didn't land yet. So you should always throw your Q as soon as the stun lands and you're sure that she's gonna be locked down in that position. Therefore, even if they flash, you can still adjust your Q, and also if they die, like they did right here, because she died from your W alone, you can still throw your Q towards Thresh, which would have been really good in this situation, because now you make a mistake of picking a blue card, and Lucian has to stay way longer on that turret, and therefore has to run out on the other side, which puts him in a really bad spot, because Lux is moving down, which you could see right here, and he will probably die. So you get the kill, you flash out, you didn't ignite, you could have ignited him, you could have used your stun card instead of your blue card, and you could have also just thrown your Q better here. So one of these 3 things would have helped Lucian quite a lot now. Because he's really low now, he has to heal, or I don't think he has to heal. So what happens right now is Lux Lucian spotted Lux, or spots Lux, and you know that she's just blindly looking for you. You see it right now, and she's not changing position. She's just moving further, and now she's, yeah, exactly, charging her laser, and you're not doing anything. You're just dead, and there's a ward in here. So yeah, you could have easily just prevented that by moving further down, and also by just helping Lucian right here and getting his heal or something. You would have been safe. I mean, Morgana maybe could have saved you with shield. No, probably not. And now Lucian dies because he's in a bad spot. Yeah, whatever. And what you do right now is that you build another mana crystal, I think. Yeah, instead of saving the gold or maybe getting a pink ward, you're getting a mana crystal, which kind of sucks because you want to get your Rod of Ages as early as possible, because it stacks up, and the earlier you get it, the earlier it is stacked up. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. And the mana crystal doesn't really help you. You don't really need the mana with Khaledst, so better save the money, get a pink ward maybe for vision. Okay, so now you're mid. Lux is really low. You want to pressure her by pushing her in. You were back, she wasn't yet. She probably has about 1000 gold. Actually 1700, so you're quite strong at the moment. And she didn't go back yet. Yeah, she's pushing out correctly and now recalling, I guess. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you should just use red card right now and push her in. Okay. So this is one of the few times you actually use red card, which kind of sucks because you really should use red card more to wave clear. Okay, so now you push out. You know Lux is probably back. Your ult isn't up yet. What you should do is put your wards down, get Wraith, or get Raptors, or get Wolves, or get something, at least. By the way, because of the mistake you did here, with your 3 small mistakes that you did that made Lucian go this way, and you die to Lux, they got Drake, which is, yeah, not entirely your fault, but you could have prevented it. I mean, it's a conjunction of everything that happened. But if you did one of these things better, it would not have happened. And now they have their first strike. Okay, so botline is getting a gank. You don't have ult yet, so maybe you should move down. But you don't need to. But what you're doing right now isn't helping either. Yeah, put your wards down. Do Raptors, man. Don't just run around randomly. Okay, you're actually thinking about moving down, which is a little bit late. So you see this, they get the kill, you turn around. Yeah, you just move too late. Instead you should have just put your wards down, or do Raptors. Get hit by a binding, not a huge problem. You have Khaledst, she can't really bust you. So what happens right now is you don't have vision, so you don't see her moving down early enough to ping your bot line back. If you put a ward here, you could have told them. Now you see it, I think, once she's here, and start pinging them. Wait a second. Yeah, now you ping it, and you move topside. And, or maybe that wasn't you, but I don't know. The important thing is you should have probably not went topside, or gone topside, because you could have gone the shutdown on Lux and maybe saved your teammate. She will ult Lucian now and he dies, but if you went here and stunned her before, you could have gotten the shutdown with your teammates, because they could have moved this way and killed her. And instead you get the Garen kill, which isn't bad, but it's not optimal, because it's not a shutdown and your teammate dies. So yeah, this isn't perfect. Another thing that happens right here is you don't recall. I don't know, you're standing on top of the board, you start recalling, but then you will stop. You have 970 gold, which is perfect for Rod of Ages finish, which is good. It's what, 13 minutes? Rod of Ages is really nice. Or not really nice, but it's quite okay. You can, I would live with that. And yeah, but you just move down instead of just recalling and moving the lane once. You're moving here and delaying your Rod of Ages by another 2 or 3 minutes. Which, yeah, let's just stack slower, which is bad. Also, if you just backed here immediately and let Pantheon clear the ward, you would have still gotten the cannon minion. Again, you have no vision, you don't see Lux getting blue, which you might have been able to steal with the Q or something. And stop spam pinging, this is really annoying. You're probably mad at your teammates for dying so much to Lux, but this was a huge part of your mistake as well. And you can't really control your teammates, so stop getting mad at it. Doesn't make any sense. You don't get mad for gravity either. It's just a physics. Like, yeah, right here. Just recall, mate. Just do something. There's no cannon minion coming. You can just recall and finally get your Rod of Ages. But you don't. And again, you do nothing instead of at least putting a ward down here and seeing, oh, Fiddlesticks is camping me, or at least camping in this bush. We can maybe make a play bot lane or top lane, whatever. You don't get the vision. I think you didn't put a single ward down yet. Maybe one. Didn't notice it. Yeah, push the wave out and finally recall. Actually, don't recall because the cannon wave is coming right now. But yeah, you should get the cannon. Bot side is dying. Okay. Right now it would be a good time to tell your Rengar, okay, we need to have bot lane maybe. Let's time our ults with the next Drake, so we get bot lane a double kill and then we can do Drake. Maybe tell that your jungler. But I think your jungler and you don't really like each other because he's taking blues. Maybe not. Maybe he just wants to carry. I mean, blue and Rengar isn't that bad, but so here's the other scenario where Rengar wants to gank and you don't engage early enough. Like, he pings, he wants to come. You see him right here waiting for a good opportunity to come. So they probably just, like, maybe you could just move away and ult your own lane. And actually you couldn't because your ult is on cooldown. But you could just, yeah, you still have flash. You can flash stun her. Instead you get a blue card. Right here you could have gotten a gold card on her, which is not perfect because she's quite far up here. But she will move topside, and if you move like here, she will this way. She will try to mirror your movement and go this way to stay the same distance away from you. Actually, she would probably engage on you because you're so close to Fiddlesticks, which actually stayed for a really freaking long time. But you see Rengar coming right now, so what you should do right now, just start your W and flash forward. Just stun her so Rengar can jump on her and you can burst her. And like one, okay, you don't have Ignite, but the damage should still be enough. Instead, you wait for Rengar to engage again. He misses his Ebola, so you don't have the CC. She flashes away. And now Fiddlesticks comes in, flashes on you, and it's still a decent trade because you have to flash for 2 flashes. See, she flashed and Fiddlesticks flashed and you flashed, so and you get Fiddlesticks ult for Rengar ult. But it's, yeah, you could have gotten a kill, man. Like just by initiating the gank. I think you finally recall now. I hope so. Maybe not. No, you're not. Instead you're going bot side, which is good actually because action is happening here. My bad. Yeah, I thought it would be a good time to recall. Didn't look at the map, but Rengar got caught here and just barely gets away. So you know 3 people are mid and 2 people are bot side, and what you're doing right now is also, I think, quite bad because you are taking. You always in the 3v2 you always want to get the AD first because you're denying him farm when he's dead, and the dead AD doesn't do anything. So what you do instead is you throw your gold card at Thresh to secure the kill, which isn't bad per se, but I think stunning Misfortune and getting her dead is more important. Yeah, just saying, but because now she gets away. What you do have to do right now though is just ping everybody back. Because you know 3 people are mid lane, they're moving all down, and you're getting collapsed on. So Lucian is going to chase. He actually gets Misfortune, which is fine. But yeah, you need to ping your team back more right now because Pantheon will ult in, and people are going to die for it. And he's trying to save him. So either you ping him back, not to engage, or you say, okay, it's a 3v3. Morgana is nearby, maybe Rengar as well. We could actually fight this. So then just don't recall. Either stop Pantheon from TPing and let Lucian die, or just try to fight this, because it's not a bad scenario. You kill 2 people, botline is dead, and you're a little bit further away, but I think Lucian can, yeah, like troll them enough and buy enough time for you to come, especially because Pantheon has ult. We'll jump in here and probably distract like 2 people of them, or maybe at least 1. Yeah, he gets a slug on them, and you could probably kill like Garen if you didn't recall right here. At least you finish Rod of Ages now though. Also, I think you're level 9 already. Yeah, you should buy the blue trinket and use it. Use it. Yeah, Rengar went in. Does like, okay, he gets a kill, dies. Probably, maybe he gets away. Ah, he's dead. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. It's quite late doing this review actually tonight because I tried already and fucked up twice. Okay, so he probably has to burn like flesh for the pink ward, which isn't good either. 16. Okay, so what you're doing right now is also a little bit bad because you just saw Lux bot. You just thought, yeah, I picked blue card because I need mana. I'm full mana. I mean, why, man? Just pick red card and instantly the wave. Like Lux use mana for a wave, which she does anyways, and just push it in faster. You're losing minions this way, which you wouldn't have lost anyways, and you would have bought yourself time to ward and get Raptors. Or even go bot lane and help again. If you push fast enough. I think they still get the kills, right? So, yeah, you see what's happening, so you're roaming, but you're roaming too late. Which isn't a huge problem, but whatever. But what happened right now, this is just like really basic decision making. You just see, okay, bot lane died. We have 4v2 at bot side. You just take Drake right now. Just do it. What happens instead is some people go bot lane. He wants to clear bot lane. I think actually Morgana died, so you're 3v2, but still, you don't know that Fiddlesticks is here, but you can still, like, 3v2 can still do Drake. But what happens right now is people are doing, everybody is doing different shit. Lucian will ping Drake and just, okay, I want to do Drake. Rengar says, okay, I want to do freaking red buff at spawns right now, and you just say, oh, I want to farm mid. So the right call right here is do Drake, because you have the huge advantage and the Drake is the most important objective at the moment, after turrets, but you can't really get a turret. So you should just group for it. But the problem you have is, maybe even if you were right in pushing mid lane would be the right choice, it's not the right choice from you to not follow your teammates, because it's always better if 5 people do the same call rather than 5 people doing different good calls. And this is what happens a lot this game and even later on, and that's a really fundamental mistake you're doing and your teammates are doing as well, but mainly you're doing. And there's another situation later on I will tell you what happened. So Lucian really gets low, or gets really low, and the moment you finally move, Lucian is at like 400 HP, and you're not pushing out with red cards either, you're just auto-attacking stuff and throwing. Why don't you angle your Q better to hit actually all minions? You hit it like you're trying to actually miss minions. I mean, why? Just wave clear and move down and help your team. You even have ult right now, so you could probably just ult behind her and kill her with Rengar together. I think Rengar gets her alone though. Yeah, he gets her alone, and you're still mid. I don't get it. At least you could, if you move down now you could cut. Or if you moved down earlier and cleared the way faster, you could have been here already and cut Fiddlesticks off, which will still run around here. Even if you moved right now, you would be able to cut him off. Instead, you ult for him, which isn't that bad, but you could have saved it. And he flashes over and lives. Or no, he doesn't flash, but he gets the lantern. And this is like a really weird standoff, but you see him ulting in and then you kill him. So now you have a huge advantage again, because you are 4v2, but you don't know, you should know that Misfortune's ult is down, so Drake is the right call again. Just do it together with 4 people. But instead you're like, some people are doing the crabs, you're engaging on Misfortune, and your team isn't following you, so why do you engage on Misfortune? You should at least ping it before you do it. And I think you just live really lucky here. Like you drop down to 6 HP, I think. Yeah, right here. So Morgana shield saved you actually, and you live with 6 HP, and then Dangerous Game saves you. So this works out for you, but it was really freaking dangerous, and you should not have done it. So at least now people start the Drake and get it finally. And you recall, which is alright. Also, you see top lane has some problems, so you might want to help him. I think Garen recalls right now. Yeah. So what happens right now is Drake is down, and the next objectives are probably mid lane turrets because neither turret has fallen yet. Both are up. So this is what silver players call the ARAM zone, or bronze players as well, where everybody just groups mid and tries to get the enemy turret, throwing spells at each other, and at some point teamfight emerges. What you can do against it is trying to get the other, in your case, other outer turret, which is top tower. So you should just tell Pantheon to move mid, or just tell Pantheon to split push top, but you can't really 1v1 Garen at the moment. So you should move top because you can wave clear get Garen quite effectively, and he doesn't have teleport up. So you should just push top instead of going mid, and then teleport once a fight emerges, because you have ult up in, or actually you have ult up in a minute, but you could still tell your team, yeah, let me push top for a minute and then I will TP, be careful, something like that. So instead you're here, I think Morgana gets caught, and then you do some really random shit. Again, you're not warding, you don't have blue trinket, you're not doing wolves, instead you're running around mid lane doing nothing. You do this a lot. Yeah, so now just wave clear. You're alone mid lane, just try to wave clear if you can, and don't do anything stupid. Throw a red card in the queue. Yeah, actually you're doing it right now, which is good. Okay, again, randomly running around mid lane instead of split pushing top lane. Pantheon is actually moving right now.
Lucky there.
Late yellow card or gold card because you don't have any vision here. Now you have, but yeah, you should just use your trinket, please. Do it. If I ever review replay from you again, I want to see you using your free wards more. Okay, you're wave clearing. This is good. Yeah, typical ARAM zone. Nobody's top lane split pushing, nobody's bot lane split pushing. Junglers are still farming because they don't think it's worth it standing here and throwing spells at each other. So you're going back, and Morgana gets caught. Instead of going mid again, you should just go top, I think, and get the top tower with Lich Bane, which you have right now. And then once they try to dive, you can make a 3v5 into a 4v5 by porting in under turret, which is at this point in the game quite strong. So yeah, but you're moving here, and what you're doing right now is horrible, because you will, instead of staying here and helping your team, making the enemy dive and try to wave clear, you're porting top. And I don't know why. You should be top and porting right here, but you're just abandoning your team and letting them fall to the dive. Rengar gets caught, you port topside instead of, like, even if you were here and porting behind them would be better. And yeah, this is just, I don't know. Again, the same shit. Like, 5 people doing one stupid call is always better than 5 people doing 5 different calls. This is just so fundamentally important, because you're abandoning your team a lot in this game. You could have easily carried by just pinging them. Okay, either ping them back right here, let the turret fall, I take top in exchange, or just sticking with your team if they don't listen to you and just follow their stupid call. At least what you think is stupid. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't even stupid. But just help them and just let the dive happen and try to get as much kills or as many kills as possible. So they chase, obviously get caught in the wombo combo. Get wrecked. And you get a top tower in exchange, which is not much. And this is like the story of the game. This continues over and over again. You get later on you get a good port bot on the Misfortune. You didn't get the second version of it, they get some damage on it. Yeah. And this will just happen over and over again. From you and your teammates, everybody is doing it. And yeah, if something like this happens in a game, just try to take control of a game and just start spam pinging objectives and start telling your team, okay guys, just listen to me. Next objective is mid turret. Group mid, try to get a pick. Ward sides and then dive them or whatever. Just focus lags, stuff like this. Just trying to organize this random things that are happening right now, because your team is just running around randomly. Again, like one guy is flash stunning, you're not following, Lucian is following but he's late, you don't get the kill. I don't know when this is happening. This shouldn't happen. He should ping, okay, I want to kill this Morgana, then you say, okay, I have flash up. Let me stun her, or he says I have flash up, or whatever. He doesn't even say, he just spam pings I'm on my way, and you just realize, okay, he wants to kill her, obviously, so he's flash stunning, and you are flash stunning, and she's dead. Then you have one more kill, or actually he is dead because it's Thresh, and can get mid turret because you have 5v4, or 5v2 actually, because on their team it's the same shit. People are running around in circuits on the wrong side. Also, apparently Morgana is DC'd, but she's dead anyways. So yeah. So now MF goes bot, and you you kill him with ult, but then you don't recall in time, so you die to Lux, which is like, okay, we'll get the timings at some point. Like this solo kill is quite nice, but then you stay too long. And also, this is like a little bit greedy. You even see people coming. Okay, she's dead. Just at this moment, recall. Press B. Lux will take longer than 10 seconds or 9 or 8 seconds or however long it takes to recall. But you're running around in circles and then you start. So it's getting really close. Or even if you didn't, when you're running around like this, just move back to a turret instead. Yeah, okay, whatever. This is the story of the game. People doing solo calls and doing solo shit. Your team isn't doing anything on the other side of the map because they weren't in position to follow. So actually, your solo kill was nice because it was a solo kill and you just got the ADC down. But your team wasn't really in position to do anything with that. So maybe you should have just saved your ult and went bot and split push her into it and let your team take mid or something. I don't know. Oh, I actually do know, but. I don't know if it would work at silver level. So you get a catch again. They do the same shit, but you're just playing worse as a team now. At some point they get a Baron, and yeah, I don't really want to watch this because at some point I won't be able to play in pause. For some reason I am able to do it now. Last two games it crashed at 20 minutes. And I couldn't even pause anymore, which is really annoying. Again, like, okay, one person is going for instance, there's Zhonya's gets out because you didn't collapse in time. They probably would have been able to get out anyways. But now again, like, okay, you poured in. Actually, I think Rengar follows this time. Does he? No, he moves away. What the hell? Yeah, we're in, whatever. This is just, I don't know. It's so weird to look at this. So it's like a team without any sort of leadership. I mean, I know this happens all the time in solo queue, but it's important that you make some important decisions and just move with your team, and just if they do a stupid thing, don't be a part of it and doing another stupid thing. Just help them. If they do a call, even if it's a bad call, just stick together as a team. Also, people doing solo calls, like maybe, okay, Morgana is doing blue buff right now, she's freaking support, okay? So maybe she wouldn't do this if your team wasn't like 4 people split or 3 people together and you split because you think they're doing stupid stuff. But if you're 4 people together, Morgana might actually feel bad about what she does and maybe start grouping with you. So by saying, oh, my teammates aren't doing it either, that's not an excuse. Just stick with one of them. You and Rengar are a huge one-shot combo. You can kill anyone on their team if you coordinate correctly. Actually, you can probably kill 2 of them if you catch them. So even if you only follow Rengar around and help him get fed, it's still worth it. And yeah, this happens all the game. Like again, the one guy pings Drake, Garen is there. 2 of you are following, 2 not, stuff like this. I don't know. 1 person gets caught against Lux. This is just, yeah. I don't want to really analyze this anymore because it's the same shit over and over again. People doing solo cults. I think I've told you enough about that. Anyways, I hope I helped you a little bit with maybe decision making and maybe a little bit laning. And yeah, I wish you have a great day and see you next time.